Hey everyone, welcome back. We are on episode lucky number 7. Unfortunately, we're not gambling right now. I'll talk about more on that in a second. But joining me as always is Alex.
Hey guys, how are you guys?
Yep. So going to be a brief episode this week because we are trying to make it to Final Fantasy VII mobile game tie-in thing they're doing in Koreatown, which I got invited to kind of last minute. We're going to be receiving like these Eternia spheres that they have in the game, but it's actually filled with a drink, non-alcoholic. I didn't see alcoholic choices. It's like alcohol is just kind of going on,
No, it's a
being less
bubble
popular.
shop.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a bubble
That's
shop.
true.
So there's three different flavors. I saw the blue one, which is probably their most common one, like blue mana. But we'll see. We'll hopefully to order all three.
Well, it's 4 of us going, so it's us and our wives, because yes, we are somehow married. But moving on from that though, I mentioned gambling because I got a early access code for Clover Pit, which you're actually, I think you're going to review it maybe. We're waiting on management to
So
decide.
I got the demo, and then I got the updated beta way before we went. We even head to PAX West.
Ah, okay.
So it's like about like a month and a half ago.
Mhm.
So I got a chance to play Clover Pit ahead of time, and I think you got the review and you got the updated version of Clover Pit.
Yeah, I just got it like 2 nights ago or last night. I forget when, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's it's gambling. You only have
Well, it's not gambling.
well, I mean, it's gambling. You're not gambling with your money. You're gambling
Yeah.
with in-game currency that you can't buy. I mean, it's a premium game, right? It's going to be probably like a $10 game, I think.
Yeah, it's like a $10 game. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's in the same vein of like Buckshot and Balatro. Like turning old school kind of gaming, like gaming as in like casino gaming, and making it virtual. It feels like it's almost like a roguelike, I guess, in the sense of like you unlock multiple keys now. I know the version you played didn't have so many keys.
No, you probably played the updated version. My version was you keep the charms, certain charms that you unlock along the way, but you don't really keep them as in such as you unlock them so that the next play they can pop up. The things that you do keep is when you get the keys and unlock the drawer, you keep some of those artifacts in there.
Yeah, well, now I don't know if it used to do this, but now when you die, and you will die because some of these checkpoints are really hard to get to. Like the point is that you're supposed to get enough money within enough spins or enough rounds of spins of the slot machine, and each round you decide how many spins you get. You can do it's 5 or 7 spins, and you only receive 1 ticket, and the tickets are used to buy charms. The charms can help increase your odds of getting things that you want, or increasing odds of getting 666. If you roll a 666, you lose all the money that you've earned for that round. Thankfully, it doesn't clear out your entire balance, but that can be pretty painful. But usually, if you're picking a charm that increases the odds of that, then it'll give you something juicy in return. So it's all about like mixing and maxing these charms, and figuring out what works well with what, and a lot of trial by error. Because honestly, it's like, well, what happens if I do this? And then
So starting off, like if you play like maybe 6, 7 times, afterwards you can cheat through the game. So there are some bonus and perks that you can stack up together, and like I said, some of them you can just put in a drawer away or like not use it until later on. But that's further down the game. But you can literally break through the game and then like literally win the game easily. And I've done that twice, but the RNG is very, very like rare to get those type of perks, and like I said, you gotta play a couple times just to get those.
all I know is ever since I've been playing, I've just been joking all about gambling. Like I was out, I was in the spa with my other brother-in-law, younger brother-in-law. I just randomly was like, this is fun, but it's a lot less fun than gambling.
You know what's funny though? Our mother-in-law is going to a casino today too, so.
Oh, is she?
She's not gonna play, but she's gonna be going to casino just for like a friend's birthday. But they're gonna play slot machines, so
Yeah,
there
we
you
all
go.
say we're not going to play, and then we see the slot machine. It's like, it's only $5. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to her. I hope she wins something.
We hope so too, but we do not promote gambling, guys. So if you guys are addicted to gambling, just know that this game is very addicting. But we don't suggest you gamble your money away.
I could see how it could kind of like cause someone to have an urge to go to the casino. I'm thankfully not one of those, but there's no real money involved other than whatever you pay to buy the game when it releases. I think it's releasing pretty soon.
Pretty soon, I believe September 26th. They were supposed to release earlier, but Silk Song came out.
Yeah, they delayed it with that as the excuse.
And yeah, they delayed it. They want because their team member, staff member also like Silk Song too, so they delayed the game development in order to play the Silk Song and then release it But I believe next week they'll be releasing this.
So let's see, a couple of more of our previews came out from PAX West. At this point, I think we're kind of nearing the end of the coverage from that event, but I mean, man, we got a lot out of it.
Yeah, we got tons of it out. I believe I'm already wrapped up and done with most of them, and we're gonna have some more coming up soon. I believe I'm scheduled for one of the games that was that publisher reached out to us. So probably cover that next week. So change of pace. We are reviewing hardware stuff, and I got a motherboard. So
Right. So at PAX West, we met up with somebody at MSI, the large computer company, and their current mantra is that they are looking for anyone and everyone that's part of media to give more exposure to their products because, to be honest, the world of computer hardware is a really cutthroat business. Like,
Yep.
if you're not making all kinds of noise out there, you're not even going to be heard because outside of MSI, I mean, there's Asus, there's, of course, Intel, there's Alienware, there's Dell, there's all kinds of, Lenovo, right? So it's hard to get, noticed out there. So they've given us a motherboard, a gaming mouse, which I'm reviewing, and then so the motherboard you're reviewing, plus another set of keyboard and mouse to go along with it. No graphics card yet. I think MSI is kind of, well, not MSI, but all companies are going to be a little bit more stringent on their graphics cards just because the price involved and how hard they are to come by. So watch out for our motherboard review. Probably coming maybe this week, next week. It'll take a little bit because maybe explain some of the tests that you did on it.
So I haven't done some of the tests yet. I'll tell you about the build right now in the podcast, but in the review online at mpfirst.com, I will do a more stress test on the benchmark without the graphics card because I don't have a graphics card yet. Those are expensive to come by. However, I can tell you about right now, it is the MAG B850 Tomahawk with Max with Wi-Fi. And like I said, it's a huge upgrade from my Asus motherboard. Now, the Asus motherboard is a low tier, while MSI motherboard that was like a mid tier to high tier. I wouldn't recommend to people who are overclocking extensively. For those who are average gamers or knows a bit about small overclocking and stuff, this is perfect. Straight away, setting up the motherboard was pretty easy. Like it took me no more than like 3 minutes to set it up. Most motherboards, you will have to find a screw, all that stuff. Here, MSI promotes their easy clip on M2 NVMe SSD.
Oh, right. Is that toolless?
Yes, toolless. So it's like their easy frozer clip. So basically, you just, same way as you do with your SSD, you attached it and then you just push it down and it clicks in place. And the heatsink's really nice. So the motherboard comes with that heatsink for all 4 of them. So you can have up to 4 SSDs. So it's a lot of storage already. So very easy. There's the LED for troubleshooting too. So if something was to go wrong with your motherboard, you can easily see the LED light. And yeah, I had no problem building up my my computer again. It took, like I said, no more than 5 minutes just to put the motherboard in, screw some stuff in place, and attach the peripherals and the AIO cooler and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty straightforward. I highly do recommend it. It looks really nice, sleek, black, which is my style. So the stress test will come with CPU, temperature, all that stuff.
Yeah, and remind me the CPU. Are you using the one we got at the JS2 Sense event?
Yeah, so it's the same CPU. So the motherboard does support AMD 9000, 8000, 7000 CPU. So
it's an AM5 socket, right?
Yeah, AM5 socket. It's like I said, it's slightly better than Intel, I would say, for any motherboard, because Intel usually when you upgrade the motherboard, you have to upgrade the chip too. Right. I don't think they supporting older chips nowadays.
Yeah, well, that was the big thing with AMD and why AMD is kind of taking the crown temporarily away from Intel for enthusiast hardware, because the AM5 socket came out so many years ago, but it's still being supported now. Obviously, there will be an AM6 in the future, but right now it's not. Like you can, with the same AM5 chip you bought a couple of years ago, you can still upgrade to this motherboard, install some DDR5 RAM, and go about your day. It'll be totally fine, unless you're like a hardcore video renderer that needs all of the latest cores and chipsets. There's no real need to upgrade. Like when MSI does ship a graphics card to us, it's going to be just fine in this motherboard and the JS2 Sense one, because the AM5 socket has really kind of changed the way that building systems is done these days.
Yeah, and then like I said, the motherboard also comes with like the 5G local area network, which is decent, a decent output. Most people say, why not 10G? That's only if you're doing like some hardcore workstation type things. but most average people 2.5 to 5 G is good enough already. Do you see anybody using it to up to 10G?
Yeah, the gigabit network?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's a nice to have, but it's like even
Yeah.
I'm still well. The motherboard we got from Jay's 2 cents. Shout out to that channel too, because that was a pretty cool event that they hosted earlier this year. But yeah, when I can't like our internet connection is only 1 gigabit anyway,
Yeah.
so it's overkill for that. And then any large files I'm transferring, I'm just using a solid state drive, so it's not like on a USB 3 connection, and that's more than enough speed. So yeah, it's completely overkill. Like even this the motherboard that you got is like it's for someone who needs a ton of bandwidth on everything, and it's honestly for a gaming rig, it's all you
Yeah.
probably need.
And like I said, even if you upload files and stuff, like it even supports that. It has a pretty nice, like say USB 3.0 and 2.0. So yeah, it covers all your needs. And they come with like a attachable was it Wi-Fi not an adapter but like antenna.
Oh yeah.
So very easy, like I said, very easy setup. Comes with a few stickers here and there, so for those who like stickers. But otherwise, I do like the motherboard. MSI has been a really top contender. They don't get a lot of shout outs because, Asus, was made, like, what targeted gamers first, I believe, was the one that targeted gamers, and then other companies follow. But comparable to MSI right now, I think they are rapidly getting there. Same with Lenovo, but yeah, shout out to MSI. Thank you for letting us to review this. But yes, check out my extensive review on mpfirst.com.
Yeah. Special thanks again to MSI. I hope they send out graphics cards to us at the same time. Otherwise, we're gonna have to fight for it.
Yeah. We also, I like to think out JC 2 cents, and then I believe there was another channel that I love to watch. It was Gear something. But also Linus Tech Tip and stuff. They're the one that usually got me started into like building computers and learning about how a computer works and stuff. Problem is, computers are expensive.
Oh yeah,
Really
they're
expensive.
very expensive. So having the gears just shipped to you for review is a happy little middle ground. You got to work for the parts a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's not really that bad.
Yeah. Only caveat, like just say I'm not biased. I don't want to be biased. Only caveat about the motherboard is the CMOS reset button and the flash BIOS button.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's outside, anybody can press it, and then it clears everything. So
Yeah.
it can't. If someone hates you enough to do that, it can get annoying. That's the only caveat. The only really nice feature that I saw from the motherboard is there's a button that you can press that releases the graphics card. You don't have to go dig deep into the motherboard and unclip the GPU. There's a button outside. Press that, and it unclips the GPU for you. Really nice.
Yeah.
It was a really nice feature. And I'm surprised that they have that.
Sounds like I might need to ask for one after all, just for that feature alone.
Yeah. The only other slight thing is the layout. There's not a lot of certain pins here and there, so you might need to use some USB connectors. There's not a lot of USB connectors on the motherboard. That's a small, tiny bit of caveat I had.
Well, that's something that actually Height has kind of solved with their USB powered hub that they offer.
Yeah.
They recently shipped me that for review as well, and I didn't really see a point, but now that you mention it, I can see where that applies. So I'll probably review that in the coming weeks too, once I finally get like more hardware, especially a graphics card to review.
Yeah, I believe there's also other companies that have that specific USB additional plugins. But just for people who want additional RGB and stuff, just let you guys know that that's what you probably need. Also for people who like to add more fans to their case, that's also one thing you need to look forward to.
Yep.
But otherwise, so far, like I said, more review. You probably watching the clip right now of the motherboard that I shoot the videos of. So, hopefully you guys like what you see, and let us know.
Yep, and I guess go to multiplayer first. Catch the rest of our PAX West coverage. Just real quick, since we don't have much time. Your last preview was Hidden Deep hands-on preview.
Yeah, so that just released. It took a while. I know we have other stuff pending, but Hidden Deep, it's like a platform type 2D game, I would say. I know what the theme is. I know what it's trying to do. I have high hopes for it because it's made by one developer.
Wow.
The problem is with that one developer is it does get there's not a lot of ideas going on. It does get static, as I suppose. When playing it on the preview at PAX West, it's supposed to be a scary thriller game. Not much of a jump scare, but the horrors around it. But I didn't feel that because I basically had to run back and forth doing all this task and missions to unlock other places to go to. and that just removed most of the the fear factor.
Yeah.
But like like I said, it's listening to the sound of it is really nice. I believe the developer was a huge fan of Aliens and The Thing,
Hmm.
and so that's where the concept came from. And and digging deep into the earth and trying to rescue people, that's another claustrophobia, I believe. So if you watch the movie
As
above,
above, so
so
below.
below,
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies that I wanted to go with friends to go see the catacombs for. I believe that instills some fear into it, but the game was kind of lacking here and there. I do have high potentials for it, but the one developer needs to maybe hire a couple people, other people to kind of jump ideas off of. But that's my take.
All right. Well, I haven't seen it, so maybe I should read your preview. Yeah, my last preview was Swap Meet, which was actually I just got done playing that today because they held another playtest. It's a third-person co-op shooter. It's up to 4 players, so it's kind of like Helldivers too, in that you're just dropped into a spot. Your goal is to do a bunch of shit and then get to an extraction point successfully as the enemies caving around you. But the unique thing here is that every time you kill an enemy, they have a chance to drop a body part, be it legs, torso, or head. And depending on what you pick up and what the trait is, it'll give you different abilities. So you're mixing and matching abilities, and the meat, which is what these things are called, the fresh meat, eventually goes bad and will wear out over time. So you have to constantly like pay attention to your character and see like, oh shit, my legs just died. I need some more legs. So then you go shoot like a spider enemy, pick up those legs, and then now when you press shift, I played on keyboard and mouse. When you press shift, it'll rapidly throw you forward, or like you could pick up a set of tires for your legs. That's even faster. But I think those wear out more quickly because they're tires. Let's see, there were body parts that like fire off rockets. There's like laser beams. I honestly the whole game is cell shaded, and it's got all these funky effects and like damage numbers and experience points, and it's a roguelike. So like once you die, you can die once and drop back in, but if you die that second time, that's it. You got to try again later. Kind of vibes of like Warframe mixed into Helldivers 2, but it all is presented in this way that is like a fever dream because like these aliens look really weird, and like there's all these wacky sound effects. And anyway, it's a good time. And I've just been so far playing by myself. The game's not out yet. I checked this out on at PAX West, and now I just played it again here at home, and it's like I never even left because it feels familiar, even though it's all pretty fresh. Like the idea of body part swapping is cool.
Yeah.
So check out our previews there on mpfirst.com. But in the meantime, I think that's about it.
Yeah, but before I leave the note, you talking about extraction. Mistfall Hunter is an extraction game too. So
Oh, right.
I'm thinking a lot of games right now moving towards extraction. So if you guys don't know, Mistfall is having a beta test right now, the third beta test, and the game is really solid. It's almost like a Souls-like game, but it's more roguelike in a sense than a Souls-like. It's a PvE, so you fight other characters and also other people and other NPCs. It's a fun game. Go try see if you guys can sign up for the open beta test. And like I said, I love it. There are 6 classes and stuff. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people mentioning developers doing extraction type games. But we'll probably talk more about it next time. But yeah, that's what I've been seeing so far for the trend.
Sure. Well, thanks for listening, and this has been fun, but it certainly isn't gambling. I'm going to go back to Clover Pit, but
I need to pick up the game again. All right. Take care, guys.
see you next time.